Good day. As we understand how lost data can be resent with the network layer uses unreliable and connectionless means of packet forwarding. In network layer communication from host to host, network layer protocols such as widely used IP are rule and instruction that devices use to enable sharing of upper layer information between hosts. When the hosts are in different networks, additional routing protocols are used to choose routes between networks. Network layer protocols specify the addressing and packaging of a transport layer PDU and describe how the PDU is to be carried. The network layer describes 4 tasks to be performed. First, addressing packets with an IP address. Second, encapsulation. Third, routing. And fourth, decapsulation. IP is connectionless, meaning that there is no established connection between the sender and receiver. IP simply sends packets between informing the receiver. Lacking a connection is not a problem for IP, and it is part of the best effort design. This is why IP and TCP works together so well in a TCP/IP stack. If a packet is lost or late, TCP will correct the problem in layer 4, and IP can work more efficiently at layer 3. Because IP does not have to be accountable for reliability or keep a connection, it does not need as much information in the header as a TCP segment does. Because IP requires less data to perform the required task, it uses much less processing power and bandwidth code overhead than TCP.
Connectionless protocols behave in a manner similar to a sending letter in a marked. Let's say, I write you a letter, put it in an envelope, address it, and drop it in mailbox. What happened? On a best effort basis that postal office routes the letter through their system and deliver it to you. However, notice that there is no absolute guarantee of delivery. There is no notification if the letter is lost or mangled. Transit. Further, there is no assurance that letters will be delivered in order in which they were sent. The nice thing about this mode of exchange is that you do not need any pre-established relationship in order to communicate. UDP is an unreliable, connectionless datagram protocol. As noted previously, unreliable merely means that there are no techniques in the protocol for verifying that the data reach the other end of the network correctly. Within your computer, UDP will deliver data correctly. Packet loss describe lost packets of data not reaching their destination after being transmitted across the network. Packet loss occurs when network congestion, hardware issue, software bugs, and a number of other factors cause drop packets during data transmission.
Static routing is easy to implement in a small network. Static routing is more secure because it doesn't share routes across the entire network. Static routes stay the same, which makes them fairly easy to troubleshoot. Static routes do not send update messages and therefore require very little overhead. And dynamic routing protocols help the network administrator manage time-consuming and exacting process of configuring and maintaining static routes. Static routing provides some advantages over dynamic routing, including static routes are not advertised over the network, resulting in better security. Static routes use less bandwidth than dynamic routing protocols, as routers do not exchange routes. Static routing causes very little load on the CPU of the router. and produces new traffic to other routers. Static routing leaves the network administrator with full control over the routing behavior of the network, and then it's very easy to configure on small networks.